very special guest. We have your Commissioner of Agriculture in West Virginia, Mr. Kent Leonhardt, here with us today. Mr. Leonhardt was elected in 2016 as the Commissioner of Agriculture. He previously served as a state senator for the 2nd District. He's a long-time farmer and also served in the U.S. Marine Corps. He is a lifetime member of the American Legion. If you would, please help me in welcoming Mr. Kent Leonhardt.
Thank you all very much. It's certainly a privilege to be here despite the rain. I was out picking lettuce for my office staff because I had excess lettuce in the garden in the rain. The rain opened up and I went ahead and picked that lettuce anyway to make sure it was fresh for my office. But anyway, it's certainly great to be here. I know you're all getting a little bit wet today, so I share your pain a little bit there. You know, some of you are running for Commissioner of Agriculture, I understand. Does anybody remember what my campaign phrase was? If you eat from a safe, affordable, abundant food supply, you should care about who your Commissioner of Agriculture is. Now, you guys are welcome to use that, but everybody in this room will know you're copying it, so I wouldn't suggest it. So, but how does somebody who's the son of 2 Brooklynites in New York, born in Buffalo, raised in northern New Jersey, become the Commissioner of Agriculture in the state of West Virginia? It didn't happen overnight, obviously. I always had a little bit of a passion for agriculture. My parents bought an abandoned dairy farm in northeast Pennsylvania, and they never did any farming. My father was a doctor in northern New Jersey, but I got to roam the hills and run in the woods and everything else, and I decided thought I might want to be a veterinarian or maybe work in wildlife management. So I went to the University of Missouri, got a degree in wildlife management, decided not to go to vet school. Vietnam was winding down, and all the Vietnam veterans were getting all the state and federal jobs with veterans preference. So I said, I'm going to join the Marine Corps. Get that veterans preference and then get out and then work in wildlife. Well, I ended up liking it so much in the Marine Corps, I ended up staying for almost 21 years. Hence, the only wildlife I ever managed was Marines. I think the counselors are going to tell me later on they're managing wildlife here, too. So, but you know, while in the Marine Corps, I became an intelligence officer. And I got to learn about public policy of many different nations from all over the world. Because that's how wars start and stop, obviously, through a lot of public policy information. I didn't like history in high school. I wish I did now. I didn't really study history or do anything extra in college. But as a Marine officer and studying the intelligence world, I learned how important history was. So if I can give you any advice right now as you go on in your lives and when you go to college, start paying a little bit of attention to history. Start talking about it, because I know you're all interested in public service. So, partway through my military career, we bought an abandoned farm in West Virginia, abandoned in 1957. And I didn't want to do one of the, what we call beltway bandit jobs in Washington, where you get out of the service and people know your name and you go work in D.C. and have to fight that traffic every day. I just wanted to come to a little hill farm in West Virginia. So my wife and I started to restore that in 1996 after I retired. Excuse me. And we found out we really liked that agricultural life. We grew the farm, we made it into an actual agribusiness. We had We grew it, we added 3 more pieces of property and 5 additional leases. And then we decided I was going to run for Conservation District Supervisor. I lost horribly. But that's when I started to learn, and what you all will learn, is where you're from matters in an election. I was in the western end of Mountaineer County, and the gentleman, you don't put any money on a $60 a day job if you work 1 day a week at the most. You don't put a lot of money into that type of campaign, and it's nonpartisan. The people that were in Morgantown were winning the races. So I tried that twice. I was actually trying a 3rd time when one of the gentlemen that was going to run for Commissioner of Agriculture in 2012 decided to back out of the race. My wife says to me, we were driving down to a farm bureau meeting, she says, "Oh, give it a shot, throw your name in the hat." So I threw my name in the hat. A couple, 2 or 3 weeks went by. They did their vetting at the Republican Party there in Charleston. They gave me a call one day and they said, "Would you be our candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture?" I said, "Well, why not?" It was a statewide race. Let me tell you what, that's a big difference than a county race that is nonpartisan for Conservation District Supervisor. Oh, but by the way, you can't get on the primary. We're too late to get you on the primary ballot. So you can't raise money in the primary, you can only raise money in the general, and you have to keep your name on the ballot for Conservation District Supervisor. I was just about to lose my 3rd race as Conservation District Supervisor. So I lost my 3rd race. And then I ended up losing my 4th race as Commissioner of Agriculture in 2012. But I learned a lot during that time. And I lost to a 20-year senator. All the lobbyists knew that man. They didn't want to back me because they were afraid of the man that was in the Senate, because he would still be in the Senate if he lost the race. So all the lobbyists said, "We're going to back this guy because he's going to be in the Senate and he can do punish to our interest if we don't back him." So, but you know what? I worked real hard. And that's what I'm going to tell you. You can achieve anything if you work real hard. I came within 3 points of winning that race. On a statewide race, total unknown, not on a primary, outspent 2-1. I felt pretty good about the race. My wife cried more than I did, actually. And I had to go face the Farm Bureau, because the Farm Bureau did back me. I had to go to their annual meeting 3 days later. That was a tough thing to do. But it wasn't 2 months later, I get a call from the state party and says, "We want you to run for the state senate." I said, "You got to be kidding me." They said, "No, we think you can win." Who am I going to run against? "Well, there's a 16-year incumbent." Oh, okay. And after about 3 or 4 months and talking to family and friends, we said, "What the heck?" We put the same amount of effort into a 9-county race versus a 55-county race, and we won that race by 3 points. That was in 2014. 2016 is coming up. They go, "You going to run for Ag again?" I said, "No, I'm enjoying my time in the Senate." I was chair of the Committee on the Military. I was on the Ag Committee. I was on a number of committees. I was having a pretty good time. I still could keep my farm. Being in the state senate was a part-time gig. Then I looked at the team that was forming up to run in 2016. As you know, West Virginia has 6 Board of Public Works positions that are all elected. The governor, the secretary of state, the auditor, the treasurer, attorney general, and commissioner of agriculture. And oh, by the way, your commissioner of agriculture is only one of 12 that are elected. All the other directors, commissioners, secretaries of agriculture throughout the nation are appointed by the governor, which means they work for the governor, they serve at the pleasure of the governor. I'm fortunate to be elected commissioner. I don't serve at the pleasure of the governor. I got to get along with the governor because he kind of has a little bit of thing down my budget, but if he tells me to not shut somebody down for something being wrong, I don't have to listen to him. I work for every one of you in this room. That's who I work for. I don't work for the government. I work for the citizens. So, but anyway, we go through the 2016 race, and I defeated the gentleman that I lost two the first time. So 7 races, what's this? 3, 4, yeah. 6 races, 2 wins, I lost 4. What I'm trying to tell you is don't give up. Continue to work hard. Stick to your principles. Stick to your values. Stick to what you know you believe you can do, and you'll be just fine, and you'll be happier for it. Now, all of you are going into public service. Everybody's interested in some type of public service, right? Whether it's being in a political office, or whether it's serving in the military, or being an EMS, or a firefighter, or in law enforcement. I commend each and every one of you for that. Because you want to know what? The happiest people I know are the ones that are serving others. Whether you do it as a paid job or you do it as a volunteer. I can tell you right now, a lot of organizations, even like the American Legion and the Marine Corps League and what we call fraternals in the military, they're having trouble getting the young people to get involved. Get involved. You'll be a much happier person. Start now. Start doing it right from day one. Get involved and become a part of that organization. I'll give you a case in point. My wife retired from Panasonic Corporation after many years, and she was on the farm. She'd help me on the farm, but I could tell there was just something was just bothering her. Well, one day, one of the women over at the hospital gift shop suggested that she volunteer at the hospital. So she said, okay, I'll do that. My gosh, did her mood turn around. She really started enjoying even the farm more because she had one day a week where she could go out and help and volunteer in the gift shop. Next thing it led to her being on the board of the Friends of WVU. Then it led to her being on the state board as the secretary of the auxiliaries of West Virginia hospitals. Her time serving, volunteering, has made a big difference in the way she feels about things and how things go on our farm. So your volunteer and your duty of public service will be huge in whatever you do. Now you've probably heard this once before. How do you ever work a day in your life? You find something you really like to do. But I want to leave you with one more thing when we talk about public service. And I wish I had invented this, and I didn't hear it. I heard it when I first year in office, and I visited the Heritage Farm down in Huntington. Anybody been to the Heritage Farm in Huntington? Great place, great place. People that run that told me this. Now all of you are going to have some time in your life, you're going to counsel people. You're going to have people that are troubled and bothered and concerned and scared. And you're going to want to be able to look them in the eye. And I can say this to each and every one of you in this room today, and you can copy what I'm saying because Audie told me I could copy what he said. Somebody in your family is amazing, or was amazing. Somebody in your family was amazing. Think about that. Everybody that's alive in this country today, somebody in the past had to build their own house, make their own clothes, gather their own food, hunt for their own food, survive horrible plagues and pestilence, survive severe weather. That means the DNA is in each and every one of you. And that DNA is in each and every American today. It's just a matter of what do we do with that, those opportunities and challenges that we see. I want you to be able to counsel those young folks, or anybody that's older, that's troubled. You can look them in the eye and say, somebody in your family was amazing. That DNA is in you. That means you can do it. That means you don't have to suffer all this. That means you can rise above what's ever bothering you and troubling you. And that you can be an amazing person as well for their heirs as well. I think it's very important today that we think about that. So I'm going to challenge each and every one of you as you go along. I told my Marines this all the time. If you can make the difference in one Marine's life, then that year will have been worth it. Every year. You do it one. And ask them to do the same thing. You know, you might not ever get thanks. And you don't need thanks, because you know in your heart you've done the right thing. And you never know when that thank you is going to come. And I'll leave you with one example, and I'll let you get on your way, because I know you've got a lot of campaigning and studying to do. My last Marine Corps birthday ball, I was down in Tampa, Florida. It was a joint command. All the services were there. I had and it was a pretty large organization, so all the Marines that were there, you didn't necessarily know who was going. But we had the Marine Corps birthday balls. My last year on active duty. A staff sergeant came up to me. He had a chest full of it. Obviously, he'd been in combat somewhere. He was in his dress blues, and his wife was with him. We were all dressed up, and my wife was there with me. And he came up and said, "Colonel Leonhardt, I saw you across the room, and I just had to introduce you to my wife." And I said, "Well, Staff Sergeant, I'm glad you did." He said to me, "You probably don't remember me, but when you were my company commander and I was a private, because of what you did for me, I now have a wife, a family, and a career." Folks, this was 15 years later that man came up to me and thanked me for what I did for him. Do I remember what I did? Nope. But it didn't matter. We went out, we did the right thing each day. We helped one person that deserves help, and you're going to make this world a lot better place. Thank you very much.